Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, happy fall. Oh my gosh, this weather has got me very happy. Okay, nobody's paying attention to me. I love that. I love you too, Holly. That's what makes this community so great. All the love and schmoozing and connection that we make here. Well, good morning, everybody. Beautiful fall day. I'm Courtney Fuchs. I'm the Vice President of the Unity Council. And we would like to first welcome anybody that's here for the first time. Do we have anybody who's just visiting us for the first time today? Want to raise your hand? Oh, over here. Did you get a welcome handout? The big sheet? Okay, so Julie's going to come over and give you one of those. And anybody else? No. So we have coffee and some treats back there. Feel free to grab some, and you can have it in your seat there, so make yourself at home. And we also like to welcome all of our online participants. We have a very large group that watch us out there on Facebook and on YouTube. So welcome, you're part of the community as well. We can feel your love. Today, our guest speaker and musician is Mr. Aaron English. Here he is. And he is, welcome. Welcome. And he will be in that same position after the service. He's got CDs over there if you want to buy any of his CDs. The reader today is Steph Thieman, and he's providing the music. Sorry, I should have said that too. The Youth and Family Program continues their study of the 12 Powers by Charles Fillmore. During the month of October, they're focusing on zeal. Barbara Weimar is working with the kids today. The prayer chaplain of the day is Peter Bostwick. Peter, you want to raise your hand? There he is. He'll be back in the Myrtle Room for about 10 minutes after the service if you need some prayer support, whether it's to celebrate something or whether it's something heavy on your heart, or you can actually just stop by and say hello. He loves that too. And then there's a prayer chaplain meeting at 11:15 in the Roomy Room, which is all the way down this hall. And Sharon wanted to let everybody know that anybody that's interested in becoming a chaplain, you can attend that chaplain meeting and find out more about it. So feel free to do that. Before I call up the announcers, I want everybody to turn around and check out the new art wall. It's fabulous. It's called Empathy is Our Superpower. And it's dedicated to Janice Ballard, who was a congregant here. I don't know for how many years, but anyway, she was big into the art scene and held a lot of art workshops as well. One last one before you guys come up. In the bookstore, we are having a 30% off book sale for the whole month of October. So any full retail priced books you can get for 30% off back there just for the month of October. So if you had your eye on anything, please go back and make that purchase this month. Okay, let's roll on up here.
Good morning. So my name's Mike Hawes. I'm from the council, and we had a listening session a week or two ago. Just want to thank everybody who showed up for that and gave us feedback. We realized not everybody could attend, and so we're still taking some offline feedback. There's a Google form that we had communicated, and I noticed it's not in the announcements today. But you could use that. There's some specific questions. Or if you just want to give some open-ended feedback to us, you can send an email to the office, to Julie. So we'd love to hear from you. We're going to wait another week, and we're starting to compile all the feedback. You'll be hearing more later about that. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Hi, I'm Steph, and I wanted to also comment on the art wall. We had like 10 people do art for it. It's awesome. It's so awesome. And on the side, we have a Love in Action bulletin board. And what we're doing there is highlighting things that people in our community are doing that are love in action. So right now, Ginny and Dennis are being highlighted because they went to DC and lobbied for transplant care. So that's awesome, and we have a Love in Action meeting next week after service. Thanks.
Good morning. My name is Becky, and this is just a friendly reminder that this month I'll be conducting Stillness Through Meditation on Tuesdays from 6 to 7. The classes will be outlined as such. We'll start with a guided meditation. We'll have silent meditation. And then the second half of the session will be themes. The first week will be walking meditation. We'll go to the labyrinth and walk outside. The second week will be contemplative tea, where we'll use our senses to watch the tea open and drink the tea. The third session will be breathing exercises as well as some yoga, sitting yoga stretches. And the fourth session will be chakras. We'll learn about our chakras and what they do and how they function. I ask if you come, please come. If you do, bring your own cushion, bring a pillow, or if you prefer to lie down, bring a yoga mat or a blanket. The first week we'll be outside. This Tuesday we'll be outside, so it might be a little cool. So bring a jacket or a blanket to wrap around you. Bring your own water bottle. Again, your own mat if you can. We'll have some if you forget. Again, 6 to 7 Tuesday this month. Bring a friend. All donations go straight to the church or straight to Unity. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Great. And I think there's a clipboard for that, Julie, is that right? So as y'all know, we talked about clipboard gate last week, and we're trying to avoid any kerfluffles with the clipboard. So we're starting a new procedure. We're going to have the identical clipboards start from the back and go to the front so they don't have to cross over. So there'll be a set here and a set here, or one, and however many we have. So just pass them forward as you sign up on anything, and that makes it nice and easy. Movie night is on the 10th. Is that this coming Friday? Yeah. And they're going to be watching October Sky. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a great movie. It's a true story of Homer Hickman, a coal miner's son who was inspired by the first Sputnik launch to take up rocketry against his father's wishes. It's a really inspiring movie. It starts at 7 o'clock on that Friday the 10th. And the youth program is having a Halloween party on October 24th. It's not just for the little kiddos, though. Come in your costume, join us, have some fun. There'll be pizza, lemonade, and treats, and we'll paint pumpkins and play games. So there were quite a few adults last year. It was really fun, so please feel free to join us. It doesn't say what time, but I think it's 6, maybe, if anybody knows. Well, we'll figure that out. It's not till the 24th, but outreach team is looking for suggestions on local nonprofit organizations. Unity gives a monthly donation to local nonprofits, and they're just looking for your input on that. So contact Kimber Hawes if you have an idea. Is she here today? No. Okay. And we're pretty well booked for speakers until the end of January and into February. So if you have an idea of some talk you want to give, you can even just talk it over with Ann and say, what do you think? Is this a good topic? But Ann is here. Raise your hand, ma'am. I think everybody knows you. But you can go and see her if you feel like you want to sign up, and we can get you some dates. And then Lisa, if I could have the slide. So at Unity, we're trying to make sure you know that we offer a lot of ways to give. Some people, like myself, never have cash or checks on them. We always do accept cash or checks for your donation or anything that you might want to do. But we do also, in the bookstore, take credit cards. You can do Apple Pay or Google Pay. That's when you tap your phone. Or you can do Venmo. Our Venmo right now is set up where you need to use the bookstore person's app. It's not like you can go on to Venmo. We're not signed up that way, so it's a little different right now. We may change that, but just go in there if you want to do Venmo, though. And then this QR code, you can hold your camera up to that, and it'll link you to our PayPal account and where you can donate there, too. So those are all the ways you can give around here. So let me know if you need any more. I think that's a lot. Okay, so let's take a nice deep breath and get centered. And we say our unity prayer together. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. You're on, Aaron.
On? There we go. Yeah, great. I'm going to choose a different song so that we can sing together. This is The chorus is sail on, the river is waiting, sail on. So it's about crossing the shore, whatever that shore is on your journey, whatever's next on the horizon. The river is waiting, I'm ready to slip from this island, I'm ready. Gonna leave all my sorrows behind me. Lift my face to the new day that's rising. All right, here we go. The chorus is sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on, the river is waiting. Sail on, the river is waiting. Come rise up, rise up, rise up. A new day is dawning. Come rise up, rise up, rise up. We'll be sailing at first light. Come gather, gather, gather. Set a course for the crossing. Together, together, together. Sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on. The river is waiting. I'm ready, ready, ready to slip from this island. I'm ready, ready, ready. Gonna leave all my sorrows behind me, behind me, behind me. Lift my face to the new day that's rising, rising, rising. Sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on, sail on, sail on. The river is waiting. Sail on. I hear somebody doing harmonies. Yeah, great. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Hi, I'm going to read Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could bash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in eternity it asked a crumb of me.
Everybody's painting a picture with every decision they make. Your life is a thing of such beauty, but all you notice are regrets and mistakes. You're a canvas full of colors bleeding into one another, yet you see yourself in monochrome. Just step back and let it hit you. You can see the bigger picture. All the details come together on their own. You're already so much more than you can see. You're a poem, you're a rhythm, you're a melody. You're the answer to eternal mysteries. You're a prophet, you're a dreamer, you're a visionary. When life has pulled you under, you're silenced by the thunder. You dance beneath the pouring rain. And when living makes it hard for you to breathe, just remember every moment that everybody's searching for something. It doesn't mean that anyone's lost. Can't you see that everyone's hurting? It's a feeling shared by all of us. Like a canvas full of colors bleeding into one another to remind us that we're not alone. Just step back and let it hit you. You can see the bigger picture. You know you don't have to make it on your own. We're already so much more than we can see. We are poems, we are rhythms, we are melodies. We're the answer to eternal mysteries. We are prophets, we are dreamers, we are visionaries. When life has pulled us under, we're silenced by the thunder. We dance beneath the pouring rain. And when living makes it hard for us to breathe, just remember every moment we're a masterpiece. We're all pictures in a gallery, hanging just like stars in the galaxy. We shine into infinity. You're already so much more than you can see. You're a poem, you're a rhythm, you're a melody. You're the answer to eternal mysteries. You're a prophet, you're a dreamer, you're a visionary. When life has pulled you under, you're silenced by the thunder. You dance beneath the pouring rain. And when living makes it hard for you to breathe, just remember every moment you're a masterpiece. You're a masterpiece. You're a masterpiece. You're a masterpiece. Thank you. Shall I go straight on into the message? Yeah, all right. So I'm Aaron English from Nashville, Tennessee. And I have not been here at Unity in Fort Collins in 10 years. Which, yeah, that's what I said. Thank you. I'm a Seattle native, and I used to tour in Colorado a lot. So Unity at Denver, Fort Collins. There was a Unity that overlooked Red Rocks. I think that's closed or changed hands. Spectacular. Based in Nashville now, and Kentucky's a little closer. So, and I tour Europe a lot. So my last gig was in Saarland in Germany. I'm also the founder-director of a charity that supports music programs for music schools around the world, in particular East Africa. So a lot of my story is somewhere else. There's a lot of travel overseas. So I'm going to tell you one of those adventure stories from somewhere remote, and I'll wrap it around the message this morning. The talk title is Everything is a Miracle. Living a life of faith and hope in uncertain times. And Steph, thank you for that beautiful Emily Dickinson Hope poem, that classic poem. I wanted to address the idea of hope and its connection to faith, and ask, how do we find hope in uncertain times, in unstable times, in times that are full of uncertainty? How do you find the path? The path is unclear, so really the only compass we have is our faith. So in my talk, I'm trying to connect the idea of faith to finding hope and trust when it might be particularly challenging to do so. Exploring trust and hope as an act of courage and as an act of faith. Trust begins, and hope begins, not with certainty, but with the courage to show up. And I want to start with that we showed up here today. Showing up to church, a unity church is a place of faith, and trust is an act of faith. It isn't about knowing, it's about, it isn't even about being able to see the path ahead. It's about walking a path and having a faith that that path will get us where we need to go. Through the fog, we know the destination will be there. We just need to have the faith to walk it. So this morning, in the face of our current complex social, environmental, political changes, layer upon layer of challenges, we've done a very unreasonable thing, which is we showed up. Hope is a thing with feathers. Faith is a thing without reason, a thing without logic. And here at Unity or wherever else we feel that our trust and our hope and our faith are welcome, we can show up and say, I don't have the answers. I may be worried, discouraged, confused, scared. But I'm here with my questions, my curiosity, my faith, and the willingness to explore that path in front of us, even if the end of it is submerged in fog. So another word for trust or faith or hope then might be courage. Courage to begin working towards the answers and solutions to your current challenges, each of us in our own small way. So what calls us to have this hope? Where does it come from? What calls us to be able to find faith in difficult times? To be unreasonable and illogical and courageous and hopeful in the face of uncertainty. To try to answer that, I'm going to take you on a little journey through one of my touring adventures. And I ask for your faith and your trust that this roundabout adventure story will eventually lead us back to where we started. I got my clicker on. If I just click, do we? Oh yeah, the other direction. That's counterintuitive, but yes. It is. There we go. It is. And then the other question is, can I choose the right button? Thanks, Reverend Jim. All right. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. So, several years ago, I was staying with a friend in Haida, which is an island archipelago 100 kilometers off the coast of British Columbia, closer to Alaska than to Vancouver or Victoria. This is my idea of a relaxing vacation activity. You wake up at 4 a.m. to borrow ocean survival gear from the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue Base. Yeah, and then drive a boat through the Narrows between the islands to harvest seaweed, wakame and nori, at low tide. So it's midsummer, but at this latitude, the wind off of the Pacific is steady and damp and bone-chillingly cold, so that's me and my survival gear. We reach the harvesting spot, which is a well-known, huge kelp forest just under the water. We tie up the boat, we jump into the water, and there's no seaweed at all. It has all been eaten by sea urchins, and the area is now what the locals call urchin barrens. It's an underwater desert. It's been picked clean by sea urchins. So sea urchins on the Pacific coast from California to Alaska have only one natural enemy, and that's sea otters. And the otters were nearly driven to extinction due to relentless hunting for their valuable fur in the 18th and 19th centuries. This has led to vast stretches of the Pacific coast, all the way down to Mexico, becoming urchin barrens. And they look like that. There's a last strand of kelp surviving, and just a carpet of urchins. No, this is the problem. If there's the urchins eat all the vegetation, then the vegetation, without that, there's no fish, and then there's no natural enemies to eat the urchins, and it's an endless feedback loop. Fortunately, sea otters have started to make a comeback in some parts of the coastal U.S. and Canada, But there haven't been otters in Haida in over 100 years. So the sea urchins are a constant and devastating environmental problem there for all sorts of reasons. So we untie the boat and we begin the long trek back to port because there's no harvesting to do. Along the way, I spot something in the water and I lean over with my net to reel it in, and it's a message in a bottle. I open it and it comes from Thailand, and it's written in Thai. I'm amazed and fascinated. Who sent this and why, and how did this bottle get all the way to Haida, thousands of miles away? So a message in a bottle represents a beautiful act of hope and trust and faith. It's like a prayer. You offer up a prayer like you throw a bottle in the ocean, not because you expect a reply, but because you have faith that it will be found and heard or read somewhere by someone. I think the idea of throwing our message in a bottle into the ocean can teach us something about living with trust and hope and courage in uncertain times. My favorite message in a bottle story is not this one. This is a true story. There's a young man, young Irishman named Jeremiah Burke. He stood on the decks of the sinking Titanic, and he emptied a bottle of holy water that his mother had given him before he set sail on his way to emigrate to America. Emptied the bottle, stuffed a farewell message into it, and tossed it into the ocean as the ship was going down. True story. A year later, the bottle washed up on the beach less than a mile from his family home in Cork. Yeah. A constable knocked on their door one day and delivered the bottle to his grieving parents. Amazing. I'm also amazed by the story of 29,000 rubber ducks from a shipping container that fell overboard during a storm en route from Hong Kong to Tacoma, 1992. These ducks are still being found, washed up on beaches all over the place. They become something of a treasure hunt, but also a valuable science experiment because we have all this data on the movement of ocean currents and winds thanks to these ducks. So these castaway ducks have wandered the ocean for over 30 years. They would now like to share with you all here today what they've learned on their long journey. They have a message for us. Are you ready to hear it? Yeah. That message is, there it is. We are all connected. That is a map of where all the duckies were found. Hawaii, Alaska, South America, Australia, Pacific Northwest. Others have been found frozen in Arctic ice. So these little duckies get around. But the most remarkable journeys of all were made by the handful of duckies that drifted over 17,000 miles north from the Pacific Ocean through the Arctic to the Atlantic, crossing the site where the Titanic sank, and eventually reaching the Canadian and the U.S. eastern seaboard, and even British, Scottish, and Irish shores, approximately 15 years later in 2007. So imagine having that kind of hope or trust or faith. You have one very, 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 very bad day, caught in a storm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, thrown overboard. But that's okay, because 15 years later, you will safely wash up on the shores of the Emerald Isle and be world famous. These are incredible, almost miraculous stories. And I started to wonder, what are the mathematical odds of this happening? Fortunately, we don't have to just wonder anymore because we have ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT, what are the mathematical odds of poor, doomed Jeremiah Burke throwing his message in a bottle from the deck of the sinking Titanic and having it end up on the beach just down the road from his grieving parents' house? Here's the answer. ChatGPT says the odds of it washing up within 50 kilometers of his hometown are between 0.17 and 0.5%. Okay, so next I asked, of all the rubber ducks that fell out of that shipping container in a storm en route from Hong Kong, 1992, which duck had the lowest mathematical odds of washing up onto its particular beach? So out of 29,000 ducks, which one was the winner of the WOW award? What beach was it, and what is the math on those odds? So, ChatGPT's answer. The duck that landed in Scotland in 2003, the odds of it landing there are 0.1%. We live in a world surrounded by everyday wonders and everyday accidents of physics, like the journeys of this duck or Jeremiah Burke's bottle. They seem so improbable that it's no wonder we believe in miracles, in kismet, in serendipity, in the hand of God. It's no wonder we throw messages in a bottle into the ocean because they might reach their intended recipient. And it's no wonder that again and again we can find the faith and the courage to get us through difficult times, even when the road ahead isn't clear. Speaking of miracles and everyday wonders, I want to zoom out for a moment. It's a little hard to see with the glare, but does anyone recognize this photo? It's a famous photo. That's why I asked. It's not a trick question. This is from 1990, if that helps, if that's a clue. Taken by the Voyager 1 at the edge of our solar system. This photo is called the pale blue dot. It's a little hard to see, but that's us. That dot is Earth. And everyone and everything you know, do not know, will ever know, are in this photo on this tiny dot. That's all we have. So next, while looking at this photo, I asked, hey, ChatGPT, there are a few well-known equations that attempt to estimate the probability of us, humans, existing. What are the odds that we would exist at all here on this planet, in this galaxy, in this universe, in this moment in time? Briefly summarize these equations and give me the final odds. These are also famous equations that a couple of scientists tried to work out. Good luck. The answer. So it summarized all of these various theories, and it put the odds of us existing between 10 to the 10th power and 10 to the 24th power. I don't really know what that means. So I asked a different question. ChatGPT, what is the gap in the odds between that rubber ducky traveling 17,000 miles over 13 years and landing on the beach in Scotland versus the odds of us, according to these equations, us humans existing at all? The odds of us existing at all are 1 sextillion times smaller than the odds of that duck landing on that beach in Scotland. I don't know what a sextillion is, really. So the next question, ChatGPT, can you put that in context for me? Yeah, the diameter of the Milky Way is approximately 1 sextillion times wider than the diameter of a single hydrogen atom. So the odds of us being alive here on Earth in this universe are that much less likely. The difference between the size of our galaxy and the size of a single atom. That much less likely than the odds of that one least likely rubber duck out of 29,000 traveling all those years and all those miles to wash up on the shore in Scotland. I went through all that just to suggest how unlikely we are. Those are the infinitesimal odds of us even existing in the first place. The math and this photo underscore our insignificance in the universe, but also at the same time our significance. Because of how singular, miraculous, and mind-bogglingly unlikely we are. We've already overcome impossible odds just by existing. So thanks to an incredible chain of perfect accidents of physics and chemistry and astronomy over billions of years, this universe exists. Thanks to another chain of equally unlikely accidents, this planet is a perfectly hospitable place for living creatures to make their home in. There's a peculiar and uncanny harmony between the structure of the universe and the needs of life and intelligence. In other words, us. So was it all just a chain of accidents against impossible odds, or is it evidence of God or some sort of divine plan? I'm not here to talk about that today, but all of us being daily witnesses to such a miracle. It's no wonder that we are able to be such unreasonable creatures, to find the hope, the trust, the faith, and the courage and the resilience in the face of uncertainty. So it's all just a silly little ChatGPT-assisted thought exercise, inspired by finding this message in a bottle in the waters of Haida. That message in a bottle, by the way, turned out to be the lyrics to a love song written in Thai. So he wasn't waiting for rescue on a desert island somewhere. He just really liked that song and wanted to share it. And hats off to social media for making that possible. I posted it, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, that's a great song." I want to finish today by bringing us back to the islands of Haida. Several months after my failed, discouraging attempt at seaweed harvesting in the Urchin Barrens, a large family of sea otters, or a raft of otters as they call them, appeared in the inland waters of Haida. The first otters there in over 100 years. Yeah. I love the little poo-poo platter he's got on his chest. They had traveled over 100 kilometers of open ocean from the coastal mainland of British Columbia, where there are lots of otters, where they've recovered. They somehow crossed 100 kilometers of wide open water to these islands and began feasting on these urchin barrens. Sea otters rarely travel more than a kilometer from shore. This is 100 kilometers. Their natural home range is also just a few kilometers wide, so they stay close to the shore and they don't go far from home, ever. And they live there year-round. They don't migrate. So they're homebodies. What possessed this raft of sea otters to risk strong ocean winds, currents, sharks, orcas, in order to travel 100 kilometers to Haida? No one knows. But within 6 months of their arrival, they had eaten about 75% of the sea urchins within a 3-kilometer long stretch of the shoreline. They're hungry. When biologists dove through the area, they were amazed. The kelp forest in that area had bounced right back. Yeah. This guy here looks like he's ready to eat 75% of them by himself. So the Haida people are Native Americans. They're First Nations people, as they're called in Canada, and they designed a new flag for this, for their island nation. Yeah. That's an otter holding a sea urchin, in case it wasn't obvious. It speaks to the resilience of life and to hope and to trust and faith, because after 100 years' absence, a family of otters made an improbable return to just one small area of Haida, and the balance of life was quickly restored, a matter of months. So again, trust and hope are not about knowing. They aren't about certainty or being able to see the path ahead. And they certainly aren't about beating the odds. Hope is like throwing a message in a bottle into the ocean. It's an act of faith, and having faith is an act of courage. We have been called to live in deeply uncertain and complicated times. So my question for you today is, how courageous do you feel? I don't expect for myself to have today's social, environmental, political challenges all neatly answered, but I do want for myself to begin working towards those answers in my own small way, and to trust and hope that we will find those answers together. It may take a lifetime, a year, 4 years, whatever, but we are already witnesses to the daily miracle of the mere fact that against all incalculable odds, we exist, we live, and we are witnesses to the astonishing resilience of life and to everyday miracles like the message in a bottle or the duckies. We don't know how long it will take, but we continue to walk on that path and have faith that wherever it takes us, it will be where we need to go. We have music schools in East Africa, my charity, and there's a Swahili phrase called woyaya. We are going. It's just, we are going, but the subtext is, we don't know where we're going, but we'll know when we get there. So that to me sums up faith as best as anything I could think of. So I'll leave it there. Woyaya. Thank you, guys. Yeah. jump right into our thoughts or prayers. Sing with me. Our thoughts are prayer, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what we're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer. One more time. Our thoughts are prayer, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayer. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer. Reverend Sharon will lead us in the meditation.
Oh, look at all you miracles. You're beautiful. So as we just come into our heart space, and we know that God is everywhere, in us and around us, and we are a miracle. Every day, in every way, we are a miracle. As we drive around on these shortened fall days, we see the beauty of our trees turning, and we feel the miracle. We feel the oneness with those trees as they release their leaves and prepare to go within to rest for the winter. So as we go into our silent time, I invite you to say to yourself, I am. I am a beautiful miracle. I show up in hope. I show up in faith. And I know as I walk through life, through each day, that I'm guided by the inner spirit within me. I am a miracle. Say that to yourself. So in this very moment, as we know the awesomeness of who we are, that we are spirit beings having this amazing human experience, floating around on this beautiful planet. Thank you, God, for life. And so it is.
Sing, may the blessing together with me. May the blessing of God rest upon me. May peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. Rest upon you. May the blessing of God rest upon me. May your peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. Rest upon us. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May His peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. Wow.
Wow. You know, our charge in life is to love, serve, and remember. And thank you, Aaron, for helping us remember. You are an incredible miracle. And I'm not just talking to Aaron, but I'm talking to, yes, you and you and you and you and you. You get it? You get it? You're an incredible miracle. So let's have our ushers come forward, and it's time for our offering. It's time to support this ministry so we can do all the incredible things that are happening in this place. So let's bless our offering with the words on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
I've tried to speak what is true, but words they will not do. My heart is the receiver, picking up and believing this sweet signal coming through. Words ain't big enough, my fumbling tongue ain't digging up the way to say. And in the end, my friends, the silence says it best, and words, they just get in the way. So I say, the name of this song is a secret, but I know that it won't be long till we reach what we've each been seeking. You know the melody, you hear it when you're dreaming, it disappears when you wake, and you ache to dream again. Oh, this song, the name of this song is a secret, but I know that it won't be long till we reach what we've each been seeking. You know the melody, you hear it when you're dreaming, it disappears when you wake and you ache. There's too much talk, listen to what you're missing. There's too much talk, by day I dream of night. You've got to know your shadow if you want to reach your light. I'm haunted by a memory of melody. I close my eyes and I invite it in. I feel and I taste before I hear it, like a sudden rain shower. No harmony, no words, just the pulse in the veins of the world beating louder, louder, louder. The name of this song is a secret, but I know that it won't be long till we reach what we've each been seeking. You know the melody, you hear it when you're dreaming. It disappears when you wake, and you ache to dream again. Oh, this song, the name of this song is a secret, but I know that it won't be long till we reach what we've each been seeking. You know the melody, you hear it when you're dreaming. It disappears when you wake, and you ache. There's too much talk, listen to what you're missing. There's too much talk, listen to what you're missing. There's too much talk, listen. Thank you.
Music is on CDs over here, so be sure to see him after the service. Are we up to This Little Light of Mine? We are. Okay. Children coming in.
Great. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Another verse? If you got a custom verse, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Again? Then we're done. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Barbara Weimar is our children's leader today. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you. So today, it was very exciting. On one of the 12 powers, we had enthusiasm. And so Ashlyn has, and Emma and Kaya put all these words down of what enthusiasm is for them. So you want to say some of the words?
The girls said stuff like funny, excited, happy, eager, and a quote is when you're filled with enthusiasm, you are joyous and energetic. The definition is a state of being very happy, enthusiastic, or eager about something, often accompanied by heightened energy and emotion.
She's our articulate one. And Emma, what did you say it was?
Happy
And excited.
and excited.
Okay, so thank you for listening.
You want to celebrate birthdays? We got October birthdays, don't we?
Hello. If you have a birthday in October, please come up. We'd love to sing happy birthday to you. Oh, look. Oh, boy. Okay, wait, we have to We have to do something else first. Please give your name and the day of the month you were born.
Bob, October 7th.
Jill, October 28th.
Shelley, October 26th.
Francie, October 2nd.
Don, October 1st. Same as Jimmy Carter.
Jim, October 14th.
Bonnie, October 12th.
Betty, October 13th.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beloveds. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for being here. I've been asked to share something with you occasionally, and so in the next minute or so, I'm going to talk about a current event as we close our service. On our screen, Jane Goodall. Jane passed this week, still speaking out for our environment at age 91. And so our next slide, here's her message for us, the last words. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. You cannot get through a single day. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. So as we close our service today, as we circle up, just bring to mind for a second, what kind of difference am I going to make this week? That's the message of Jane Goodall and for unity. So with that, let's circle up. Hold the hand of a dear friend, a dear one, as we close our service. And thank you again, Aaron, for your making everything work today. Good, thank you. So together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.